My name's Ian Finn. I'm a yogi and a surfer and a Blissologist, and I truly believe that yoga and running go together like a hand in glove, like a foot in a Zappos shoe. So we're here on the beautiful west coast of Canada in Ucluelet, BC, where there's tons of sea lions and seals and orcas and whales, and we're bringing some of that energy to you. So even if you've never ever done yoga before, don't worry. Our whole focus today is on trying to maximize happiness. So where is your mind? Modern psychology tells you that the mind is only between the ears, but really the mind is the whole body. So after we've done our run, running's great, but what happens when you run a lot, it helps you get really zen. It's a beautiful thing, but then our bodies end up feeling tight. When we feel tight, we feel old and just not as open to the radiance of being alive as we possibly can be. So here's just a few stretches. This will take about 10 minutes, and this is just nice, simple stuff you can do in running shoes or not, and just little wind down yoga stretches. So let the blissification begin. First one, let's take our right foot, step it back into a lunge. Now try and have your right heel pointing straight upwards towards the sky. And we're going to breathe into the front of the right psoas area, hip flexor. So can you inhale, lift your pelvis up, and then exhale, sink down. So we just want to establish the breathing pattern. Inhale, minimize rigidity, and exhale, sink down. Now let your hands rest on your left thigh. Keep breathing like that. You don't have to keep lifting the pelvis up and down, but have a feeling that there's some bounce, some aliveness here in the body. Now can you press your right heel back firmly behind you? Now can you press your right hip in the front forward? Now sink down. Now we got to breathe. Breathe into this one. Now the tendency is for the right hip to roll out, but keep rolling this right hip more forward. Now soften the jaw, soften in through the throat, breathe deeply. Let's breathe 2 breaths together. Breathe out. Inhale in, let the breath come nice and deep. And then exhale. One more, maximum happiness. Bring it in. And then exhale, press back. Let's slowly try another one. Bring the right heel down onto the floor or the grass behind you or the pavement. Bring the hands onto the hips for a second. Now these front hip bones right here, we're going to bring them forward towards the left thigh bone. Now keep your hands resting, if you can, on your thigh or on your shin. Now we're trying to stretch everything here under the left hip. Tilt forward more. Now breathe. If you feel tighter, feel free to stay back here. Now breathe in this place. Now we have to really pay particular attention here to the pelvis. Feel the left sit bone. Press it back towards the right heel. Now lean forward a little bit more. Breathe in this one. Now let's replace all tightness with fluidity. Let's say it this way. We're going to replace tightness with lightness. Breathe. Oh, it feels amazing. Maximize that stretch. And then slowly, let's bring our right knees down onto the floor. We're going back to the front of the right thigh now for the hip flexor. Send the right hip forward. Bring the hands onto the left thigh. Now really stay active with the back right foot. Now from here, take your thumb under the right butt crease, under the horizontal butt crease, the crease on the butt that goes this way, parallel to the floor. Now send your right hip forward. Lift up through the chest. Now breathe into the front body. Now keep breathing here. Breathe into the front of the thigh area. Breathe into the abdominals, and now we'll slowly get into the arm area. See if you can reach up through the chest, and if you want to, you can take both arms and reach up. Now keep on breathing here. Soften the throat. If for any reason this feels like it's too much, then you're back here, hands on the thigh. It's simple. Now more long breath. Breathe in deep and let the breath go out smoothly. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. exhale all that breath out. And last one in this particular sequence, we call revolve prayer twist. Reach right hand forward. Now bring your right elbow around your outer left knee. Now bring your hands into prayer position. Try not to drop your chest onto your left thigh. Breastbone is up higher than your hands. Now, lift your back right kneecap up off the ground or the floor. Press it back. Now you're pressing out firmly through the right heel, and you're reaching through the crown of the head. Your left knee is pressing out towards the left. Now breathe here into the side waist. Breathe into your outer left IT band area. It's a beautiful place to open up. Smile a little. Now know as you're doing this, what I talk about a lot is that the future you is thanking the present you. So take it in, all this goodness. Smile a little as you breathe in new life force. Take one last cycle of breath. And then slowly let the hands come back onto the left thigh where we started. And we're going to go back to standing position. All the way back we go. Standing pose. Feels awesome. Let's get the same love into the back, into the opposite leg. So the left foot, step it back. Now the right knee, let it lengthen forward. The left heel's pressing back. Now the hands again, they start on the right thigh. Just breathe here. Now just to get a feeling of how this is not static or mechanical, let's move a little bit with the breath. Inhale, the pelvis rises. And exhale, we sink down. Inhale in again. And exhale, we sink down. Now you don't have to lift the pelvis up and down every time, but feel there's something lifting up when you breathe in, and feel a sinking down quality when you breathe out. Smooth out the breath. Feels so nice. Now take a few more cycles and really feel, sometimes we talk about it this way. When a boa constrictor strangles you, hopefully that never happens, but if it was to, what it would do is squeeze tighter on the out breath. Can you actually expand on the in breath and keep it expanded? So do the opposite of what a boa constrictor does, the opposite of what stress does. Nice. And we're going to move into a different pose. Bring the left heel back down into the floor. This is going to stretch everything you feel under the right hip, hands onto the hips. Now slowly start to tip your pelvis forward. Try not to round the spine too much. Try and really create leverage at the pelvis. Now breathe in this place. If you feel like you can just stay up high like this, that's fine. But really press your right hip again down towards the left heel. Now keep reaching through the crown of the head. And let's breathe comfortably. Now feel the earth underneath you and bring that energy up into the pelvis. Let's take a few more cycles. Long, steady breath. Last 2 cycles. Yeah. Good, and now let's move on to the next one. The left knee, bring it down onto the earth below you. Now again, the thumb comes under the horizontal butt crack, the subgluteal notch we call in anatomy. Press your left hip forward. Now lift everything from the left hip through the shoulder up towards the sky and press forward as you anchor down through the back left heel. Now feel free to stay here with both hands on the right thigh, but keep that hip pressing forward, left hip. If you want more, lift your left arm straight upwards towards the sky. Send your chest up, and if you want more, it's like you choose your own adventure book. Interlace the hands, except for index fingers. Send chest forward and lift up. Again, just like you won the lottery. Breathe. Slow down the breath. Last 2 cycles. Woo. Feels so good. I want you to feel younger every year you do this yoga. It helps you age backwards. Reach your left hand forward. Bring your left elbow around your outer right thigh area. Hands in prayer position. Now lift, when you're ready, your back left kneecap up off the floor. There's a forward thrust as you press left heel back. There's a forward thrust with the left hip. Now can you feel your right knee pressing out? And then pull the right hip back. Really press it back towards left heel. Now breathe in this place. Let your elbow press into the right knee. Lean shoulders back. Now you should feel this in the outer right hip, in the right side waist. Keep breathing. Now when the side waist opens, this is so important because it's going to help us with our side to side torso action that we need when we run. So take 2 more breaths. And then hands come onto the right thigh. And then can you slowly step both feet together and pause. So that's it for today's practice. That wasn't bad at all. So I hope you can do this often. I mean, who couldn't commit to this 10 minutes that we're doing after all our beautiful runs? So thank you for sharing this beautiful thing called love, called joy, called awe and wonder around. Don't keep it inside. Spread it around. Have a beautiful day or evening. Namaste. Yeah.